Pollard up the middle. Touchdown, Carmi White County. Noah Pollard. Simmons, it's it. Carmi White County has done it. The Lady Bulldogs are sectional champs for the first time in school history. Left side Edwards, open for three. Got it. Carmi on top.
Fly ball to deep right center field. That ball is out of here. Caleb Sievers, a 2-run home run.
Live from the downtown Carmi studio, it's the Saturday Morning Sports Show on 97.3 FM WRUL, 93.3 FM WROY, AM 1460, and online worldwide at WRUL.com. The Saturday Morning Sports Show is brought to you by Cherry Street Automotive, Citizens National Bank, Nancy J. Winter CPA, Hale Body Shop, Row Arc Transport, Farrell Hospital, Little Giant Grocery Outlet, Wabash Christian Therapy, Bush & Associates CPAs, Taylor Eye Care, People's National Bank, Hamilton Memorial Hospital, Rush Appliance, Wabash General Hospital, Carmi Lumber Company, Country Financial Rep Kyle Hosick, Pro Rehab Carmi, Rice Motor Company, Southern Illinois Trading and Supply, Expressway Ford, Jordan Funeral Group, First Mid Bank and Trust, Huck's Market, Invenergy, Jansen Auto Group, First Bank, and Carmi Kiwanis Club. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday Morning Sports Show here on 97.3 WRUL, 93.3 WROY, AM 1460, and online worldwide at WRUL.com. Cole Carter alongside Travis Black, Haley Winkleman across the hallway getting us on the air this morning. And it's got a week full of CWC athletics to break down from this past week. The El Dorado Holiday Tournament bracket is here. We'll take a small look at that and then look ahead what is left in the final week of school for CWC this upcoming week. But starting things off with last night for the Bulldogs, a 53-49 loss at home against the Flora Wolves. Flora gets their first win of the season. Carmi starts the conference slate of things 0-1. They are now 4-3 overall on the season. Travis, you don't want to keep using the Gavin Holloman excuse, sound like a broken record, because Carmi is a different team without Gavin Holloman. There's no question about that. And I think Kevin Wolf made a good point last night when the game was over that the team is still kind of learning how to play without Gavin, but at last night, at times in the first half, you could tell they were struggling offensively.
And you can really make that argument for any Southern Illinois, and when you get rid of an all-South player like Gavin is, it's difficult to, find 17 points a game somewhere on your bench. Normally that's few and far between for Southern Illinois basketball, but Carmi's still in that feeling out process, and they're trying to find what lineups work best. Coach Kevin Wolf's kind of trying to run a lot of different set plays because they really can't run their continuity, their motion offense without Gavin. So it's tinkering here or there, and I really tell you give them a full week of practice. You give them a couple games to get settled in and get those lineups together under their belts, enough minutes where they've been together enough where they can run their offense without a hitch. But if you're Carmi, you really can't fault last night's effort, especially in that second half. You just got to chalk it up to good defensive game plan by Flora coming out and just telling you we're going to take Mitchell Edwards out of this ball game. And the lack of effort in that first half kind of hurt. But in that second half, they played as hard as you can play, and they just didn't match the energy quick enough.
Yeah, things weren't going Carmi's way there in the first half, but I think a lot of that has to do with, Flora's game plan. They're a very well-coached team. Phil Lee been doing this for now 24 years, and it's really the first time that we've seen a team be successful at containing Mitchell Edwards. I know he's had a couple of off games this season, but has still found his way into the 20-point mark or so. But last night, Flora successfully, the defense they ran, I don't know if you want to call it a box and one, but what they were able to do to shut him out, forcing, with no Holloman, they came into this game saying, okay, we cannot let Mitchell Edwards beat us.
Yeah, they started out in that box and one and had the senior, the Lieb kid on him, and he was banging him down low, and Mitchell they were trying to get Mitchell in the post and then flashing in the opposite guard to try to get a little high-low action. And anytime they got the ball down to Mitchell, there was three bodies just instantly attached to him. So good job, good game planning there by Flora and just forcing somebody else besides Mitchell Edwards to beat them. And it did work out in their favor. And again, Carmi, second half, did a lot better job moving Mitchell around, not just trying to have him post up, but move him out on the perimeter, trying to get him in some pick and roll situations, trying to get him going downhill. And I could hear Coach Kevin Wolf all last night, yelling, push, 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 just trying to not to let Flora set up that defense. And Carmi just couldn't really get enough of those transition buckets to offset the fact that anytime they went in the half court, Flora was, it was a stalemate. Flora was holding them in check.
Flora led 9-7 at the end of the first quarter. They then led 26-19 at the half. They led 37-27 after 3 and held on to win by 4, 53-49. And again, Carmi falls to 4-3 on the year. They start 0-1 in Black Diamond Conference play. Here is what head coach Kevin Wolf had to say after last night's loss against Flora.
Being joined by head coach Kevin Wolf. And coach, I can imagine about it as frustrating as a first half as things could be. Things finally started to fall there in the fourth quarter, but at that point, down by 12, there was only so much you guys could have done.
Yeah, I mean, they boxed and won us, which, like I said, I think maybe on the radio earlier, I thought a lot more teams were going to do that before the year, especially Triangle and 2. Had several coaches tell me this summer that's what they would do against Gavin and Mitchell. But no, the first half was a struggle. We ran our kind of zone offense and tried to get Mitch posting. There was a lot of openings there. I mean, we just struggle sometimes to pass it on time and get it to guys when they need to get it to. Mitch would be open in the post, and then we'd look at him, and he's open, but then we'd wait a half second. Well, now there's 2 guys on him. So it was just the timing of it was just a little bit off. But then defensively, we let us on offense. Struggling on offense turned into struggling on defense. And you saw a couple offensive rebounds that they got early. But no, the first half is what it is. We had guys open. We finally got it to the middle. The second half, I thought was better. I thought we cut harder. We got Mitchell out away from the bucket more, which brought all the eyes to him whenever he's out. So then whenever guys were cutting, they were open. But we still we missed too many shots. But that's just where we're at. Like I told you, we're not a real skilled offensive team. We're not. Outside of with this group, Mitchell scoring the basketball, we don't have a lot of crafty guys. I think Milhorn continues to give us a spark, and Stockton late did. But you know what I'm trying to say. You see guys with handles that can create their own shot, get to the bucket, find other guys. We don't have a bunch of point guards on this squad, so we're going to have to eke out these wins. And that's what I told them. We're going to be in these nip and tuck games to where we can't lose our guy when we're shooting free throws and let him get it run out. We can't mess up on a switch and, oh, my bad, coach, let him get an easy bucket. Well, it comes down, all these games are going to be 4 and 6 points or 3 points. That just can't happen. We've got to be locked in better defensively, and we will. I thought the second half was better. But sometimes you just got to credit a team. They went to the junk. There was so much as we're watching that was wide open that's what junk defenses do. There's so much open, but, if you can't get it there and get it on time and then make it, it makes them look good. So, but no, I can't. Second half was better, but no, credit to them. They did a good job. They had a couple kids hit some shots that we haven't seen them hit before, and just didn't win. But, one loss isn't going to ruin your season. We're still a man down. This group's trying to get better. We got Cade Allen in there some. Hayden Saltz hit a 3 right off the beginning, and then, man, some of his other threes look so good, and they just missed. Yeah. A couple of those go in, and he's a really good shooter. It's a different ball game, so he's going to start hitting those shots. Cade Allen came in and gave us some good hustle there late. That game's going to help us, just like everything we're doing right now is going to help us later on in the year. But, things happen, and this is what we got, and we got beat tonight.
Well, you about took all the questions I had for
I
you.
just keep talking sometimes. Everybody makes fun of me in the coach's office. I'm sure Coach Simmons is watching right now with a smile on his face, making fun of me. So,
but I thought in the first 3 quarters when Mitch just couldn't get shots to go, I'm just really impressed with Merrick and how he's just getting more comfortable. Me and Travis talked just the way he's able to split defenders and get to the basket and at least look for a foul. That's what you're going to need from him, especially with Gavin out.
That's what we talked about at halftime. It's like, go make a play. Like we're all varsity basketball players. Like shot fake, jab step, and when a guy moves, get in the paint and make something happen. We got some guys that right now are just a little stationary and maybe a little cautious, to turn it over. But Merrick right now is just playing free and easy. That's what I told the guys at halftime. He's offensive rebounding, getting stickbacks. Next thing you know, you look up and he's got 9 points, and we haven't called a play for him. It's just him going and playing. And once again, that's going to help us out a bunch, and it's helping us out right now currently. It kind of kept us in it there. Then Mitch did his thing in the second half. But, yeah, guys just need to play. And I saw Stockton do that there late. Some guys just want to force the basketball into the bucket. You just have to go play. You got to attack it, okay? Not look for contact, play through contact, maybe get yourself to the free throw line, and then good things will happen. And you saw a little bit of that late. Need to see more of it as we move forward to next week with Hamco and Benton.
Well, you mentioned that. Things don't get much easier. You're playing 2 pretty good teams next Friday and Saturday before you get into El Dorado, but got to go to Hamilton County, a tough place to play. Yeah. You got to go to Benton on Saturday. Yep. You're going to see very similar things as far as defensively and what you can expect from their effort. 2 very well-coached teams.
Yeah, Hamilton County's they're solid. They were a 16, 17 win team last year. They're going to be the same this year, if not more. They got 2 kids who can really shoot it. I love their point guard. I've watched him play a few times. His vision is awesome. He gets to play it a little too fast, is what I talked to Coach Miller about sometimes. But he has some turnovers, but a lot of them aren't on him. He makes some really nice passes that guys just aren't ready for, and they're going through their hands. So we're going to have to keep him in front. You got to find him in transition, because if he gets it, he can get it to the other end. You got to locate their shooters. Got the big kid, the good football player, the Carson kid.
Carson.
Yeah, he's 6'4", he's good around the bucket. A little bit like 33 was tonight, but probably a little bit more athletic. Good offensive rebounder, good defensive rebounder. Gets his bucket through garbage buckets, but that's been giving us fits this year. So it'll be a test, especially at their place. They're a nice, solid team. And with our ability not to really score the ball real good right now, it's going to be a grinded-out game. We're going to have to bring our defense and not give up, not lose track of guys on inbounds, not get messed up on a switch, on a ball screen that we've done now for 3 years. You have to be locked in, and then down here you got to execute, and then hope some shots fall.
It's your time, Coach. Talk to you next Friday.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.
That was Kevin Wolf last night after the Bulldogs fell at home to Flora 53-49. Looking at the stat line from last night, Mitchell Edwards, he did score 19 points. I want to say 17 of those were in the second half. Merrick Milhorn scored 12 points, 11 points from Cade Stockton, 4 from Jackson Bradshaw, 3 from Hayden Sauls, 2 from Cade Allen, and 1 from Beck Huff. And, another point, Travis, as we talk about this team trying to kind of regroup themselves with a different lineup, we saw Kevin Wolf kind of mix things up last night with different guys in the ballgame for, whether it's a matchup reason or a quickness reason. I think this is a team that had a different backup point guard at the beginning of the season, and now you go into the point where you've got Hayden Sauls in the starting lineup. He brings you the ability to shoot, but he's not a point guard, and Cade Allen is a guy that hasn't played basketball in a couple of years, so it's going to take him some time to get there. But I think this is just kind of a group just trying to gel together.
Yeah, they're really missing that point guard that kind of settles them into their offense, and that's Gavin. And when you don't have a guy like that, that's very difficult, and they really don't have really much of that on the JV level either. They got a bunch of young players that really don't have a lot of experience. So, again, it's a very thin bench, especially in the terms of like a natural point guard, get the offense set up. Carmichael's just missing that guy that can just calm everybody down, chin the ball, armpit it, whatever, hold on to the ball, get everyone where they need to be, and get the offense rolling. So until Carmichael can find a guy that can do that, and I think Merrick's kind of stepping into that role right now where he's the one that's chinning the ball, holding it, telling guys what offense they're running, getting them right in the right spot, and then getting going. And until Gavin comes back, he's got to be the one that kind of has to, do that. And again, different lineups. Coach Wolf's talked about it all year. It all depends on matchup. How do they match up defensively? How their offense can benefit them. Like Hayden Sauls is a really good shooter, not the fleetest of foot at times. He might struggle against a faster team. Cade Allen, really good defender, really quick, and he might get the opportunity to play more than Hayden would on that particular night. But again, Coach Wolf's just got to tinker with it and see what works.
Things don't get much easier for Carmi moving forward. If you look really at the rest of December, they're going to go to Hamilton County this coming Friday, and Hamilton County, they won their own tournament off to an unbeaten start. Coach Doug Miller surpasses a 300 career win mark. We know that it doesn't matter if Doug Miller's squad has one win or they're undefeated. They're going to play hard, and I'm sure they're going to look at the film from last night and know how to play against Carmi in terms of how to shut out Mitchell Edwards. But then things don't get much easier the next day because you go to Benton to take on the team that just finished in second place last year in the entire state. They're ranked in the top 5 in the entire state right now. That's a tough couple of games for the Bulldogs, but like Coach Wolf said, it's going to be a great chance for them to get better.
Yeah, it's find out who they are, And, Coach Doug Miller is a really good coach. The last couple of years he's had some really nice groups. He's won a lot of games. He just surpassed career win 300. And I expect him to, get the film from, tonight's game against Flora and just realize, hey, box of one, and then put bodies on Mitchell, force somebody else to beat you. And that's really the game plan right now is without Gavin Holloman for Carmi. So that's going to be a tough test on Friday. And then that turnaround to Benton on that Saturday. Playing Benton's always tough. And I know they graduated, 3 or 4 seniors last year, but they are still dominant as ever.
Well, they've got arguably one of the best players in Southern Illinois, and Docker Tedeschi, who's going to be playing at Colorado State next year. So, got to deal with him first, but he's got some players around him as well.
I know. And, and a bunch of those guys that, were role players on last year's state team are now like stepping into some starring roles. And, when you got a 6'8", 6'9" kid that averaged 7 blocks a game last year, that's always tough. And again, a lot of Carmi's points come from in the paint, so it's going to be a tough test to whether they can find a way around him. And again, 2 tough tests back-to-back nights, and within a 24-hour period, Carmi's going to be put to the test.
Well, then you look past the Benton game next Saturday, holiday break the next few days. Then on the 26th, you're off to the El Dorado Holiday Tournament, and go figure, for the feels like 100th time in the last 100 years, they're playing El Dorado in the first round. And El Dorado's they're in a unique situation, obviously, with what happened last year. They got a new coach in, and a couple of kids that weren't with the program at the end of the season last year are back with the team. They're fully healthy. The Phelps kid, he was out at the end of the football season. He's back. El Dorado's playing really well, and that's a tough draw for Carmi in the first round, no question.
Yeah, it always seems like Carmi's either drawing West Frankfort or El Dorado in the first round. It's kind of weird how that works, but again, it's going to be great test for Carmi. The Phelps kid's back, great shooter, leading scorer last year, and again for Coach Kevin Wolf, he's got to figure out something there, whether that's something schematically he can do or lineup wise. But El Dorado is always tough to beat, especially at their place, especially in their tournament. And they always feel like they're always in that 7 o'clock window game on the first night, and they always put themselves with a team they think they can win against. And with Gavin Holloman being out, they kind of thought they smelled some blood in the water and are gonna. They got Carmi, so they're going to be scouting up and seeing what they can do to throw Mitchell Edwards off his game.
El Dorado did lose to Fairfield last night at El Dorado, 61-49 the final. So if you want to do some scoring comparison, Carmi lost to Flora by 4. Fairfield beat Flora by 10. And then Fairfield then beats El Dorado by 12. So I think right now, if you look at the Black Diamond in total, I think this is it's wide open. I mean, I think the last couple of years, Carmi was kind of the team to beat when only one loss in the conference the last 2 years.
We haven't mentioned Edwards County either.
Exactly, and Edwards County is going to be an improved team from last year. So I think the Black Diamond Conference is about as open as it's been in a long time, and night in, night out, it's going to be a battle, just like last night.
You got to when it's a conference game, you got to match up and you got to roll the ball out there and see what happens. And this year, especially, more than most, normally there's about 1 or 2 teams that are like those are the teams that are kind of going to run the conference. And you kind of thought that would be Carmi if Gavin was healthy, but with Gavin out, it's kind of it's an open field and it's anyone's game.
Back on the topic of the EHT. That bracket came out earlier this week. Carmi given the 6th seed, and again, you kind of, Coach Wolf was honest at the meeting on Wednesday. He said, we're a different team without Gavin, and you almost wonder if Gavin was healthy, could Carmi be a top 3 seed in that tournament? Because Heron was given the 1 seed for, I believe, the 4th time in the last 5 years. You got Carterville at 2. I've gone blank. 3 is Vienna. 4 Harrisburg. 5 Massac County, and then Carmi at 6. Fairfield 7, Hamilton County 8. So not saying that Carmi cannot get on a run at the EHT, but there's some talented teams there at the tournament. We saw Heron last weekend, and again, Heron's got the target on their back. And we'll have our EHT preview show next Saturday, but just kind of giving a quick glimpse, Travis. I do think it is, again, wide open. I don't think one team is unbeatable. Vienna is an interesting team because we thought they'd kind of take a dip given what they graduated last year and their all-time leading scorer in Owen Treat. But they're right back where they were. They beat a top 5 1A school in Meridian in their own tournament earlier in the year, and then Carterville goes on to defeat Vienna. So Carterville is right back in the mix of things, and so those River to River schools, they're keeping us on our toes in terms of what to expect at the EHT.
Yeah, it's crazy. We were talking about how wide open a field it could be with Heron graduating a lot. I mean, they still have Kyrie Slukins, one of the best players in Southern Illinois. They can score the basketball or facilitate it, and then Vienna losing as much as they did last year, graduating a big senior class headlined by Owen Treat. And then you got teams like Massac County graduated a big senior class, Isaac Hossman. Will Harmon.
Kid, yep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the teams have kind of graduated a lot of the starters, and this is the first year, like in the last 2 or 3, where you weren't going, all right, it's between 3 teams. It's between Herrin, Massac, or Vienna.
Yeah.
And now we sit down and look at it from the outside. It's Herrin, Massac, Vienna, and then Carterville has their has an opportunity,
in there,
and Harrisburg, and then if Carmi was fully healthy, maybe you throw Carmi's name in the ring. But again, it is a wide open field, but it still seems like some of the same old here with the same names you've been hearing, where it's again a 3-horse race, but I think it's more of a 5 or 6 horse race this year, which is a good change of pace.
And I will say, looking at the bracket, I think some of those games, obviously the first day is always kind of a snoozer, because you get the 1 versus the 16, 2 versus the 15, so on and so forth. But I think some of these games in the first round could be interesting. Hamilton County and Anna Jonesboro, the 8-9 matchup, that could be a ball game. I'm curious to see the Harrisburg-Edwards County game. That's the 4 versus 13 matchup. That's the 11:30 game on that first day. Again, I think Carmi and El Dorado will be a close game. I think Fairfield and West Frankfort will be a close game. So there's a couple of those matchups there on the first day that I think could be interesting, and we could see some upsets there on day 1 of the El Dorado Holiday Tournament that will begin on Thursday, December 26th. And again, this year, we will have all 26 games on 97.3 FM WRUL and on the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. It's going to be a great time. Roger Hobbs, he'll be with us next Saturday right here again at 9 o'clock for our preview show. We'll break down all the teams in the tournament this year, the seedings, our predictions, and get ready for what should be a fun 3 days of basketball in El Dorado later on this month. We'll take our first break of the morning. When we come back, we're going to give an update on how the Lady Bulldog basketball team has done this week, and get ready for our terrible 10 pick'ems later on in the show. This is the Saturday Morning Sports Show on 97.3 WRUL, 93.3 WROY, AM 1460, and online worldwide at WRUL.com.
When it comes to tax preparation and planning, experience counts. Ashley Ingram here. The team at Butch & Associates have the knowledge and experience to make the most of your tax return. Whether you're a business or an individual, Butch & Associates will ensure your taxes are done right. Call 382-4151 or visit butch.com. That's BOTSCH.com. Don't take a chance with your income tax preparation and planning. Turn to the firm where expertise meets excellence.
Before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber. From cabinets and flooring, doors and paint, lumber and hardware, to shingles and siding. Knowledgeable and friendly staff that have your back on all those home projects and even deliver to your door. So before you drive a nail, drive to Carmi Lumber for the woods, the goods, and the know-how. Visit Carmi Lumber, North 3rd Street in Carmi and carmilumber.net. Have those potholes taken their toll on your vehicle?
Is your ride a little bumpy or pulling to one side?
The good folks at Cherry Street Automotive want to make sure your drive is a pleasant and safe one.
The pros will check your wheel alignment, shocks and struts, and hook you up with the perfect set of tires for your car, truck, or SUV.
With more than 800 tires in stock, you can count on Cherry Street Automotive for all your tire needs.
When quality counts, count on Cherry Street Automotive, Carmi, Illinois.
At the Carmi Kiwanis Club, we build. But what does that mean? We use funds raised to give back year-round to other organizations and nonprofits that help build up others, especially our schools, because they share our vision of serving the children. Why not join the Carmi Kiwanis Club? We meet Thursdays at noon in the Farm Bureau basement. Come have lunch with us. Learn more about the organization and find out how good it feels to make an impact on your community. We are the Carmi Kiwanis Club. Build with us.
Citizens National Bank of Albion, proud supporter of local athletes and your most trusted financial partner.
Setting the standard in banking excellence for more than 80 years.
Citizens has the latest financial tools and technologies to help you score big.
And a team you can rely on for personal attention and outstanding service.
Visit CNB online at cnbalbion.com or your local Crossville location and see what sets them apart.
No better banking with Citizens National Bank of Albion. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fuel up the game with DiMaggio's Pizza in Carmi. Since 1975, DiMaggio's has been serving up delicious pizza and authentic Italian dishes that has satisfied the tri-state area taste buds. Whether it's delivery, carry-out, or dine-in experience you're looking for, DiMaggio's has you covered. DiMaggio's Pizza, the Carmi hometown favorite. Call 382-8912. That's 382-8912. Go Dogs!
Hey folks, Jeff James here with Expressway Dodge in Evansville. I'm a lifelong resident of Gallatin County, so I get it. You need the best deal when you purchase a new or used vehicle, and I'm here to make sure that happens. From Chrysler to Dodge and Jeep to Ram, along with many used vehicles at Expressway Dodge, we've got just what you want, and we're going to get you the best deal. Check us out at expresswaydodge.com and ask for me personally when you come to Expressway, or call 812-471-2000 and ask for Jeff James.
Our community's healthcare starts at Farrell Hospital Carmi Family Medicine, with providers who care for everyone in your family through all stages of life.
For your convenience, Carmi Family Medicine offers walk-in weekend clinics, Saturdays 9 to 5 and Sunday 1 to 5, for treatment of minor illnesses and injuries.
Quality, relationship-based primary care right here at home in Carmi.
Visit farrellhospital.org to learn more.
Welcome back to the Saturday Morning Sports Show here on 97.3 WRUL, 93.3 WROY, AM 1460, and online worldwide at WRUL.com. Cole Carter, Travis Black with you. Haley Winkleman across the hallway getting us on the air this morning. A reminder, our El Dorado Holiday Tournament preview show will be a week from right now. Roger Hobbs will join me and Travis, and we'll break down this year's tournament bracket, take a look at what should be some fun matchups, and really a fun 3 days of basketball in general. Looking forward to it December 26th through the 28th. So the Lady Bulldog basketball team, they're hot. They won 3 games this week, defeating Fairfield back on Monday, then defeating Hardin County on Tuesday, and Flora on Thursday, all by 20 or more points. I mean, Travis, this is a team that you got to tip your cap to Eric Dixon and what he's been able to do, given a pretty tough hand, much like the boys have. They lose a senior, Ashlyn Rager. She breaks a bone in her foot, their second game of the season. She's going to be out till probably January, hopefully right before postseason time. But we thought these girls might take a step back when that happened, but they haven't blinked. They've been playing some really good basketball.
And there's a lot of varsity experience on this roster with, Caroline Simmons being a 3-year starter, Addie Elliott getting heavy minutes as a freshman and was a starter last year. Tori Ryder getting a lot of minutes last year, Natalie Gomack getting some minutes last year, Jaya Smith getting some minutes last year. And, they all have stepped up. That junior class of girls is a really special group, whether it's volleyball, whether it's basketball, whether it's, softball. They are very competitive, and they have a drive to win, and you can just see it every time they step on the floor. And I talked to Coach Eric Dixon this past week, and he said, they can play defense. They're just having trouble scoring. Well, they figured it out against Flora on Thursday night. And he told me last year when we would be riding back on the 7th and 8th grade bus, we'd be on a night that girls have a game. He's like, well, let's score the girls' game. He wants to check it out. He's like, man, they can guard. He goes, I love to coach that. And I think that's what kind of motivated him getting back in the varsity level, is just getting an opportunity to get those type of athletes, those type of winning mentality players that want to just get up and guard. And you don't really see it that often. They box out every single time, and it is very impressive how they rebound, and they're not the biggest. Besides Tori, Jai is about 5'7", Caroline and Natalie about 5'5", and Addie's about 5'4", but they rebound like they're 6 foot. They rebound just as well as any boys team I've ever seen, just boxing out and playing with heart, hustle. It's just impressive how competitive they are, and that's what's kind of got them through this little lull without Ashlyn. And, they've got some sophomore contributors off the bench, and even Atterbury and Ella Newell, who have put some good minutes behind it, but it's really been that junior class that has kind of set the tone.
They're going to have a couple of big non-conference games coming up this week, I think, to really test and see where they are in terms of, if they could make some noise in the postseason. They're going to host Olney on Tuesday, and we'll hear Coach Dixon here in a minute talk about that matchup. But that's always a fun one. The old NEC days, those two teams battle it out both for the boys and the girls. Olney's going to be here on Tuesday. And then next Saturday, they're going to travel all the way down to Murray, Kentucky, to Callaway County High School to take on Middleton, Tennessee. So How Coach found that one, I'm not sure. I believe it's a shootout down there at Callaway County High School. But, I mean, Eric Dixon is not scared of anybody. If the Clippers had an opening tomorrow night, he'd probably come play him at McDougal-Evers. And I think he's excited about this crew, like you said. He's eager and anxious to see what they can do, and they're going to have 2 big tests this week.
Yeah, and what Jason Craig told me Thursday is you got to know people to get those type of games. But I think Coach Eric Dixon knows what type of group he has and how special of athletes they are, and he's just willing to go tip it up with anybody. And that's the type of games you need. You need good tests. I mean, thinking back 10 plus years ago, those really good Harrisburg teams when Tyler Smith-Peters, Capel Henshaw was playing. Randy Smith-Peters take them to Tennessee and play. That's where they get their biggest competition. Because you got to play competition to get better, and you got to test yourself and push yourself to the limit, whether that be, physically or mentally with the game, the X's and O's, or like a physical tough battle or athletic, full court press contest. I mean, those girls are really good athletes, really good players, really good competitors, and Coach Eric Dixon is trying to prepare them for hopefully a deep playoff run.
Yeah, last Saturday he took them up to Trenton Westland, and they lost, I believe, by just 3 points in that game. So he's trying to dip his toes in the non-conference water and like you said, get them as good as competition as he can before the things get ready for the postseason here come January and February. The Lady Bulldogs took down Flora 67-35 back on Thursday. Here is what Coach Dixon had to say after the game.
Coach, impressive win, 3rd win in 4 nights. Girls got to be a little tired.
Yeah, we had a couple of road games there early, and to come out tonight and shoot it and score the way we did, that was really good for the girls. Something we'd been struggling there a few games to put some points on the board. Our defense had been good, so that was exciting, and I was really happy for the girls. And Addie got off to a great start there in that first half. So, it was a good win for us.
Well, and did some little math work here since the last week, since the El Dorado game. Your trademark has been about defense first. Everything else falls in place. You guys have been giving up 20 points per game. I know tonight was a little bit higher, 35, but still great things occur from defense. And it looked like you set the tone in your transition game there in the first half tonight.
Yeah, I told the girls the other night, I think yesterday was our 9th. It might have been our 10th practice for the whole season. So, we're trying to learn things on the fly and put in some new stuff. Girls got a lot of experience from last year, and so that's been awesome. And like tonight, we kept talking about, hey, we got to get the ball up the floor. We got to get more easy baskets. We were doing some fast break stuff earlier in the season, and we were trying to throw touchdown passes over the top of your shoulder, and you can't do that in basketball. You got to get out to the wings, and we got to get the ball to the middle. So the girls did a much better job of that. We worked on some half-court stuff about throwing it back behind you, and then we got in the lane and dropped it down to Tori for a lot of baskets there in the second half. So, yeah, they pick up some stuff really fast. It's just a matter of, we haven't had enough practices to, put a lot in and just been learning on the fly. But like I said, from, last year they did a great job, and, it's just picking up from there and continuing to improve.
Well, your normal cast of characters, Addie has 24 tonight. Caroline throws in 12. Tori throws in 14 as well. Nellie Gomack comes out here in the first 2 minutes and throws in 5 points out of nowhere. Yeah. She's learning the game extremely quick.
That's exactly what Coach Simmons says. She's growing every game. They came out and didn't guard her. We was trying to figure out what kind of defense. We thought it was a triangle one too, but then it was just they were sitting her, and she made them pay. Hits a 3, then hits another shot. Ends up with 7 points, I think, maybe in the first quarter, and then they had to decide that maybe we need to try something else. So, she did a great job stepping up. Our defense was solid. We got a little lazy there in the third quarter and didn't move our feet, and they got to the basket on us. But I told the girls, we're scoring more points than we have, so we're going to give up more points. Just you're giving them more possessions too. So I thought it was still a really good defensive effort.
Well, you finish out the 2024 calendar year, so to speak, with 2 non-conference tilts. You got another one coming here on Tuesday night. What can you tell us about Olney?
Well, Olney's one of the ODNEC battles that, when Kurt was up there, he had some just awesome basketball players, and, we've had some battles over the years, and it was just, we were looking for some games, and they had an opening, and They were coming here on Tuesday night. I think they're 4-4, but they got a good tradition of girls basketball up there. They got about 700 or 800 kids in the high school, so they're going to have some kids that can play. So yeah, I'm looking for a good game. Team out of Tennessee we're playing. I watched a little bit of their games from last year. They got a couple guards that can score. They can flat put it on the floor. Not necessarily great shooters, but they're going to get up and guard us hard. So yeah, it's going to be 2 good games for us to finish the year out. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I know the girls are. And it'll be a battle Tuesday night, I promise you. Even if Olney has only won 1 game, they got some kids can play, and I know they got a freshman that's pretty good that's been starting for them. She's their second leading scorer, so yeah, it'll be a battle.
All right, Coach, we appreciate the time. Enjoy the week. Good job, and we'll talk again next Tuesday.
And that was Eric Dixon after Thursday's win over Flora, 67-35. Lady Bulldogs are now 7-3 on the year, and they are 4-0, I believe, in the Black Diamond Conference. Yes, 4-0 in the Black Diamond Conference, and they don't have any more conference games before the new year. And a little bit different this year, they're going to have a bit of a break. They're not playing in the Mary Mule tournament that is the same time as the EHT. Mentioned their 2 non-conference games this coming week, Olney and Middleton, Tennessee, and that's it for 2024. So they'll have some time to get some rest and get things going before for the second half of the season. So best of luck to them. They're a fun group to watch, and a big home game on Tuesday. No boys game this Tuesday with that Benton game being on Saturday. So if you're looking for something to do on Tuesday, go on down to McDougall-Evers and watch the Lady Bulldogs take on Olney. Should be a fun one. If you can't make it, we'll have that one for you on 97.3 WRUL and the WRUL Sports YouTube channel. We'll also have Friday night's game at Hamilton County for you, both on radio and YouTube. Then on Saturday, we're going to go to Benton. We'll have that one on radio and YouTube, but YouTube will be an audio-only broadcast. Benton has a new rule this year. They are not letting visiting teams video stream. Obviously disappointed with that new rule, but I understand. So we'll be at Benton next Saturday for an audio-only broadcast. We'll have it on YouTube, but it'll just be the scoreboard and the clock, those of you wanting to listen along that way. So, all right, we'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at this upcoming athletic schedule for all CWC athletic teams and then run through our Terrible 10 pick'ems. This is the Saturday Morning Sports Show on 97.3 WRUL, 93.3 WROI AM 1460, and online worldwide at WRUL.com.
You cheer on the Bulldogs. We cheer on the Bulldogs. Hey fans, this is Amanda Nelson with First Bank, here to remind you to pick up your First Bank Bulldogs debit card. Get yours now, and every time you use it, First Bank makes a donation to Carmi-White County Schools. Just another way we at First Bank are proudly showing our commitment to community and making great things happen for farmers, businesses, and families. Learn more at your local branch. Go Dogs.
First Bank is there. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Expressway Ford's year-end sales event is happening now. Get 1.9% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 in holiday cash, plus no payment for 90 days on all new 24 Escapes, Explorers, Expeditions, and the #1 selling truck for 47 years, the Ford F-150. Check out all of our year-end deals at ExpresswayFordOnline.com. Only at Expressway Ford in Mount Vernon, Indiana.
Price excludes tax, title, license, and $245 document fee. 1.9 APR for 60 months, plus no payment for 90 days is in lieu of all other incentives and not applicable with wholesale prices with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Great teamwork is no accident, and Hale Body Shop way out there on Possum Road in Carmi salutes all the athletes at Carmi-White County High School. Just like in sports, the team at Hale Body Shop works together to make sure each and every repair is as perfect as they can make it. When it comes to collision repair, more and more people choose the team way out there on Possum Road. Hale Body Shop in Carmi. David and the gang at Hale Body Shop are proud to be a part of this Carmi-White County sports broadcast.
You don't have to postpone feeling your best. Now is the time to take control of your health care, and Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics in McLeansboro and Carmi are here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're looking for preventative primary care, urgent care services when you're feeling under the weather, or continuing care after a health event, Hamilton Memorial Family Clinics are here with the services you need to bring your health care close to home. For more information on our services, visit hmhospital.org. Hamilton Memorial Hospital, close to home, far from ordinary.
Napa!
Your local Napa Hooper Auto and Truck Parts is a proud supporter of Carmi White County.
Through all seasons, they're here to keep your vehicle running smoothly and getting you back and forth to all those school events.
From football to track season and everything in between, Hooper's got you covered with America's largest network of parts and care to keep your vehicle on the road.
So enjoy the year and know Hooper is here for all your automotive needs.
Hooper Auto and Truck Parts, proud to show that bulldog pride.
Hi, I'm Denton Weiss, partner and GM with Jansen Auto Group, inviting you to come see us. From new and used and a full team of service techs, we've got a great selection and a team of local folks committed to taking care of you like family. So come kick a few tires with us at the dealership just west of town and find us online at gojansen.com. Here at Jansen, we're proud to be part of the community and anxious to put you behind the wheel of your new vehicle.
Community matters to us at Jordan Funeral Group. That's why we're proud to support the Carmi White County Bulldog basketball team. Remember, both on and off the court, we're here for you every step of the way, because community is important. Call the Jordan Funeral Group at 382-5222 to learn more about Campbell Funeral Home and Cinderback Funeral Home. The Jordan Funeral Group, proud supporters of the Carmi White County Bulldogs.
Hi, I'm Lucas Matzel, Doctor of Physical Therapy.
And I'm Paige Winter-Bruder, Occupational Therapist at Joiner Therapy Services on April Avenue in Carmi.
We are both graduates of CWC who take pride in treating individuals from our hometown. Whether you've experienced a sports injury, have had a recent surgery, or just have pain, we are experienced in treating from head to toe.
Contact our clinic at 382-2771. That's 382-2771, and start the road to a healthier you at Joiner Therapy Services.
Welcome back to the Saturday Morning Sports Show here on 97.3 WRUL, 93.3 WROY AM 1460, and online worldwide at WRUL.com. Cole Carter, Travis Black with you. Haley Winkleman across the hallway getting us on the air as we take a look at the Carmi White County athletic calendar for this upcoming week. Let's see, on Monday is the 16th, 7th and 8th grade boys. They're going to be at El Dorado, is that right, on Monday?
No, we're at West Frankfort playing El Dorado.
Gotcha.
West Frankfort tournament.
Gotcha, West Frankfort tournament. They're playing El Dorado on Monday, and it looks like the girls, they are going to be at Fairfield, I believe, on Monday. Is that correct? You know, Travis? Event Lake doesn't have a location, but I do know they play Fairfield. Yeah. I don't know if that's at home or away. But on Tuesday, mentioned the varsity girls, JV and varsity high school girls. They are hosting Alney. JV will start at 6, varsity to follow. And then, Travis, you guys, 7th and 8th grade boys, play Johnson City on Tuesday at West Frankfort. Then on Wednesday, the junior high girls, they are hosting Gallatin County up at Washington School. And then the wrestling team has finally got another home match. They are going to host Robinson on Wednesday. That one starting at 6 o'clock. Then on Thursday, junior high boys, Gallatin County. Is that home or away?
That is home.
That is at home. So a home game for the junior high boys Thursday against Gallatin County. Next Friday, junior high girls, they travel to New Hope. And then high school boys, both freshmen, JV, and varsity, they will be at Hamco. Freshman starts at 5, JV at 6, and varsity to follow. And then next Saturday, junior high girls, they're playing. That's a New Hope tournament. They're playing that. Varsity JV girls, they'll be at Callaway County, Kentucky, taking on Middleton, Tennessee. And then freshman JV varsity boys are at Benton next Saturday. So lots of basketball to watch here at Carmi White County for both junior high and high school levels. Wrestling team at home on Wednesday. So a busy week to get out and watch some of them play this upcoming week. So, Travis, how is junior high basketball going this year?
We started off really well. Had a couple nice wins, and it's been a struggle recently. But overall, pretty good. Boys are learning, getting better, and hopefully we can make a playoff run.
Is that a big reason why your voice is gone from yelling at those 8th graders?
Whether that's 8th graders or freshmen in high school during the school day, either way.
All right, so we'll go ahead and run through our Terrible 10 pick'ems before we wrap things up this morning. Let's see, only one college football game this weekend. That is, of course, the Army-Navy game. So I've got that. I've got 3 college basketball games and 6 NFL games for what looks like an exciting NFL slate this upcoming Sunday. So, Travis, I'll start with you. Army-Navy. Army is a 6-point favorite. Who you got?
Give me Army.
I'm going to go with Army as well. They are the favorite, but they were undefeated there for a while. Had a good season. They won the American Conference this year, so they've had a good season so far. So college basketball games, 3 of them going on today. Our Fighting Illini, Illinois, they host Tennessee, number 1 Tennessee today at there in Champaign. Should be an exciting game. Tennessee only favored by 1.5. What do you got?
I want to go with Illinois just for the fact that they are a offensive juggernaut, but I'm going to have to go with Tennessee.
I'm gonna bleed orange and blue on this one. I'm gonna go U of I. I think they're gonna pull it off today. That would be a biggest win they've had in a while, regular season, as far as taking down number 1. So I'm gonna go with the Illini at home today against Tennessee. The Indianapolis Special, as I'm not sure if that's what they call it, but Purdue, they're playing at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indy today. They are hosting Texas A&M. 17 Texas A&M, number 11 Purdue. The Boilermakers are favored by 2.5, and I will take Purdue in this one.
I will also go with Purdue.
All right. Number 8 Gonzaga. They are taking on number 18 UConn. UConn's had a rough start to the year. They were number 1 there for a while. Couple of tough losses in that Maui tournament, but I think they're going to bounce back here. Give me UConn to win this one.
I will also go with UConn. I trust Coach Hurley.
Are you a Coach Hurley fan? There's a lot of mixed opinions on the guy.
I mean, you can't argue with the success he's had.
Yeah.
Whether or not you like him, dislike him, you can't argue with the success.
So we both go UConn there. All right, 6 NFL games going on tomorrow. These are all pretty close spreads. This one should be a barn burner, fighting for who's going to have a top 5 draft pick. Dallas Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are favored by 3, and I'm going to go Panthers here. They've been playing really well. Took the Chiefs down to the buzzer, almost beat Philadelphia last week, almost beat Tampa Bay a couple weeks ago. I'm going Carolina here. They're playing well.
They are playing well. I think they have the better quarterback of the 2 teams. Even though Dallas has kind of come on late with Rico Dowdle playing well at the running back position, but I'm going to have to go Carolina.
All right, so we're both picking Carolina here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they head out west to take on the LA Chargers. Chargers are 3-point favorites. I'll have you go first here, Travis.
I think I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just feel like they have a more explosive offense than the Chargers do, and I think Baker's going to lead them to victory.
So you're going Bucks here. I'm going to go Chargers. They're fighting for their playoff lives. They can't win the division, but they're still hunting for one of those 3 wild card spots in the AFC. They've been playing well. I'm going to go with the Chargers here. Almost beat KC on Saturday Night Football last week. So the Houston Texans, they host the Miami Dolphins. Houston is a 3-point favorite. Miami has kind of started playing a little bit better. Houston has definitely not lived up to the expectations they had for last season. But they're at home. They're fighting to still try to win their division. Both teams fighting for the playoffs. I'm going to go Houston here at home.
I'm going to go with Miami. I just don't trust Houston's offensive line, and I think since Miami's gotten Tua back, they have been playing better.
Okay. I saw a funny meme, and it was, after Tua had his last concussion, and somebody said, someone needs to take Tua's helmet away. And then somebody commented and said, well, he would definitely get a concussion if he didn't have his helmet. I thought that was funny. All right. Indianapolis Colts, they're fighting for their playoff lives. They are traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos. Bo Nix and the Broncos are 5-point favorites. They've been hot after a rough start. They've been really one of the best teams in the AFC over the last month. Colts are shaky. They look pretty good one week. They're not so great the next. Anthony Richardson has been better since he got benched and returned. But I'm going to stick with the red-hot Broncos and Bo Nix.
I will also go with the Broncos. I just don't trust the Colts, from week to week, what Colt's going to show up. And Anthony Richardson's had really good games, and then he's had some really bad stinkers. He's either going to throw for a 60-yard bomb and go 11 of 20, or he's going to go 9 of 27 with 3 picks.
A big one tomorrow afternoon, the later afternoon games. The Buffalo Bills, they travel to take on the Detroit Lions. That could be a Super Bowl preview. Some are thinking Lions are 2.5-point favorites. Man, both teams have really been playing well. Lions have looked almost flawless this whole season. This one's tough. I'm going to have you pick first here, Travis. This one's tough.
Yeah, you're going to give me the hard ones here. I think I'm going to have to go with the Lions for the fact that, Buffalo's defense didn't look so hot against the Rams last week, giving up 44 points. And Josh Allen can do a lot, but I don't know if he can make up for a defense that's going to get torched by Jared Goff and basically the second version of the Greatest Show on Turf, it seems like.
Yeah, you got a good point there. As a Steelers guy, I need the Bills to lose in order for the Steelers to hopefully get a better playoff spot. I'm going to go with the Lions as well, hoping to win that game in Detroit. And then the Sunday night game tomorrow night should be a fun one. Again, two teams fighting for their playoff spots. The Green Bay Packers travel to Seattle to face the Seahawks. Packers are favored by 2.5, and I'm going with the Pack here on the road.
You go with the Pack. I'm going to go with the Seahawks to pick against you. And, Jordan Love has looked good at times this year, and then he's also looked like, the same kid they saw 4 years ago when they drafted him. High turnover guy, really daring with a lot of his passes. So, and I think Gino's going to be able to, dink and dime, and, lead the Seahawks to victory.
All right, so there's our Terrible 10 pick'ems for this week. Travis edged me out by a game last week. He went 2 weeks ago. There was no show last week. 2 weeks ago, Travis went 6-4, and I went 5-5. So that's going to wrap things up for us here in the studio. Again, we'll be live here next Saturday at 9 o'clock. Roger Hobbs will join us for our annual El Dorado Holiday Tournament preview show. You won't want to miss that one to get caught up on everything you need to know for this year's EHT. So big thanks to Haley Winkleman across the hallway getting us on the air. For Travis Black, my name is Cole Carter. Thanks for listening to the Saturday Morning Sports Show. Have a great weekend.
Hi Bulldog fans, this is Kyle Hosick, your local country financial representative serving all of White County with offices in Carmi and now Enfield. My business's core values focus on educating our current and future clients on current market trends while operating with the utmost integrity and providing a level of service excellence you won't find anywhere else. I want to wish all the athletes and coaches a safe and winning season. Come see me, Kyle Hosick, at one of our office locations and see why my team is different. Come experience more. Come experience excellence.
You can buy more of what you want when you save on what you need. Save on meal ingredients by shopping Little Giant Grocery Outlet in Carmi. Little Giant's team of buyers are constantly scanning wholesalers, looking for pantry favorites and meal ingredients at astonishing savings just so you can shop confidently, knowing that you can come in anytime and find great deals from fresh cuts of meat and grocery items to deli, fresh produce, and frozen goods. See just how much more your dollar buys at Little Giant Grocery, Carmi, Illinois.
I'm Nancy J. Winter, CPA. We believe in family values, even in the world of finance, because every financial decision impacts your family. For all the milestones in your life, our team is here to maximize your savings, minimize your taxes, and help you plan for a prosperous future.
Visit Nancy J. Winter, CPA in Carmi for tax planning, saving for college, retirement planning, and the expertise to help get you where you want to be. Learn more at nancyjwintercpa.com or call 382-2364. Nancy J. Winter, CPA, where you're treated like family. Need gravel for a driveway or other project? Sand, concrete construction, asphalt paving, dump truck service, seal coating. Count on your friend in the business for more than 5 decades. O'Daniel Trucking. Free estimates anywhere in the tri-state. Call 382-5371 today. That's 618-382-5371 for O'Daniel Trucking. And remember, if you can't grow grass on it, asphalt it.
Hey Bulldog fans, Bryce Motor Company in Carmi is proud to support another season of CWCHS football. As your hometown dealership since 1931, we're cheering you on every step of the way. With the best selection of GMC and Chevrolet trucks, we've got what you need to tackle the road this fall. Go Bulldogs, and give Bryce a try before you buy. You'll be glad you did.
Roark Transport in Carmi. Driving the distance, delivering the difference. Commercial or residential. Anhydrous, propane and fuel. Rock, dirt, and lime. Parking lots and driveways. And farmers can depend on Roark Transport to deliver their lime when and where they need it. Remember, Roark Transport for your next job or your next haul. Fast and dependable. Your best move in transportation. Call Roark Transport at 618-265-3665. That's 265-3665.
Family owned and operated for more than 70 years.
Rush Appliance and Furniture stands the test of time. We have a large selection of in-stock furniture and appliances for every room in your home, grills and smokers, and an unmatched dedication to superior service. This is Sean Rush inviting you to visit me in Fairfield or my dad Terry in Carmi, where we can help you furnish every room in your house with superb service after the sale.
We're DC Metal, building for life. Pole barns and metal roofing, our quality is top of the line. Do it yourself or have it installed, everything is custom made. Work on the farm, your metal roof or pole barn awaits. We're building for life, DC Metal.
Hi, this is Morgan DiMaggio with Taylor Eye Care on Falcon Avenue in Carmi. Here at Taylor Eye Care, we offer a full range of eye care services, including comprehensive vision and eye health examinations for all ages. Taylor Eye Care also carries over 500 eyeglass frames, as well as a large selection of sunglasses. At Taylor Eye Care, we treat every patient with the same care we would our own families. Call 382-4683 to schedule an appointment. That's 382-4683. Come see me and our fantastic staff to experience excellence in eye care.
Find your home for orthopedic and sports medicine at Wabash General Hospital. The orthopedics and sports medicine team is ready to assist you with your specific needs, providing convenient, high-quality services in Albion, Carmi, Flora, Lawrenceville, and Mount Carmel. For more information, please call 618-263-6400. Wabash General Hospital. People you know, helping people you love.
Great teamwork is no accident, and Hale Body Shop, way out there on Possum Road in Carmi, salutes all the athletes at Carmi White County High School. Just like in sports, the team at Hale Body Shop works together to make sure each and every repair is as perfect as they can make it. When it comes to collision repair, more and more people choose the team way out there on Possum Road. Hale Body Shop in Carmi. David and the gang at Hale Body Shop are proud to be a part of this Carmi White County sports broadcast.